Okay, enough with the dumb smiles. This is my third and final review for this week of Marvel Comics. This one happens to be X-Men Legacy number 246, Age of X, Chapter 3. And I have to say, I absolutely loved this book. Um, Clay Mann, I believe, did some artwork for the Civil War storyline and House of M also, and I have loved his artwork probably since then. He's probably been around much, much longer than that, but every time he's on a big event like this, and I guess this is only semi-big event since it really only counts for the X-Men, I just love the way he depicts all of these characters with a lot of realism, but still using a lot of relying heavily on the colorist to really bring out a lot of the different actions that are going on. It's really great. So the Age of X storyline so far, in case you don't know, and this is of course spoilers, is all about the mutants have been from this alternate reality, which I'm a sucker for. Mutants have been hunted since to almost extinction. There's only a few of them left, and they're uh, hanging out in this fortress that Magneto built out of a ton of skyscrapers from New York City. And the psychics, for some reason, have been locked away in a prison, and Rogue has somehow found out about a mutant that came from the outside of their fortress and broke in, who happens to be Kitty Pryde. And she knows that something's wrong with the whole situation, and so she's escaping from the fortress and being seen as an enemy, and that's most of the action for the comic. And alongside of that, she's kind of her influences or her worries about what's really going on is spreading to some of the other residents of Fortress X, um, and they're starting to have second thoughts about what's going on and why they have questions that have never been answered and what's really happening here, which probably all folds into why Age of X exists at all, or how it really started. The idea I've heard for Age of X is that we jump into this alternate reality situation without really knowing what the uh, true backstory is, why it exists, or where it came from. And part of the fun of the story is supposed to be moving along with all these characters and figuring it out as we go. So I imagine the end of the story will be either finding out that that happened and reversing it, or something along those lines. Uh, let's see, what else to say about this one? It's very similar, I guess I'd say, to Age of Apocalypse, except instead of having a mutant apocalyptic leader, which I believe Apocalypse is a mutant, they have little to no mutants left, and they're battling every day for their lives, and all the psychics are imprisoned. I really enjoyed it. I am a sucker for alternate reality uh, comics in general. I read all the what ifs, buy them all that stuff, and that's really what sparked my interest in Marvel Database. Is they covered more alternate reality versions of my favorite characters than any other place that I'd ever been to before. So I initially started to find out more about these characters, and then eventually went to add these things to the site that I saw were missing. So if I'll try to give you a preview of the artwork here. There is Scott Summers, usually known as Cyclops, in this case known as Basilisk, uh, who is pissed off, and he's going to uh, try to figure out what's going on because Rogue piqued his interest, I guess. But it's really cool. I mean, obviously, crappy little webcam does not do this artwork justice. So if you're going to buy one Marvel comic book this week, I highly recommend that it's X-Men Legacy Age of X Chapter 3, X-Men Legacy number 246. It's very good. Keep up the good work. All right, bye.